Here's what I found to be the best way to restore clipped audio, and this is a better restoration process than using declipper like most people will tell you. Hey, sorry, Editor Joseph here. While I was editing this, I realized I wanted to give a free option, not one that was just by subscription. So towards the end, look for a recommendation on a free alternative to what I recommend in this video. Thanks. Now, repairing clipped audio is usually pretty difficult because you've lost a lot of that data already in the clipping. And that's because your mic was usually a little bit too hot. Now, this happened to me when I was doing a podcast just a couple days ago. And we streamed this podcast live through StreamYard. And this is how it ended up sounding.
One, there is...
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Now, the reason this happened was because when you go into StreamYard, this is all it usually gives you. It gives you this little thing here showing you the mic's working, and if you go into the settings and the audio, you just get these few little dots here. So I don't have any feedback as to how well it actually sounds, and on my Zoom device, the audio looked like it was doing just fine. Now, the normal way to repair this is you would either go into Audition with Adobe or Audacity, which is the open source version of it, and you would use the declipper to kind of make your audio sound a little bit better. Of course, when I go into Audition this time and I go to the declipper, I say Restore Heavily Clipped. I do a scan. As you can see, there's only one section that it says that needs to be repaired. I think for some reason when I received the file back from StreamYard, it's already compressed down. Audition doesn't really understand that this thing is heavily clipped. So we're just gonna hit Repair All. And this is what happens. It basically has shrunk my waveform a lot, and it sounds like this.
Sleep more, potentially your focus. Is that
Okay, a little bit better, but still not great. Really doesn't sound the best still. Now, here's the method that I would do that I found is the best way to repair this audio. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my editing program, and I'm going to export this, but I'm just gonna export the audio. We're gonna go, let's export an MP3 of this, and we're gonna put it to the desktop. We're gonna hit export. So now we exported that, we're gonna head over to adobepodcast.com. Now this is an AI vocal enhancer that is amazing in quite a few cases. It cleans up audio using AI, and it does a fantastic job a majority of the time. So all you do is take that audio, and you're gonna drag and drop it into Adobe Podcast. And once it's in Adobe Podcast, you have two options. You basically can figure out how much you want to lower the background noise and how much you want to enhance the speech. And you have these two sliders right here. Now, what I found was that if you have pretty clear audio, it's just heavily clipped, you want to enhance the speech pretty heavily. So around 90%, close to where the default setting is great. And there wasn't too much background noise, but we'll keep it down around 10%. I think just leaving these settings as they are is perfect. And once you get to a point where you feel like it sounds good, then you're gonna download the file. And then once you have that file, all you're gonna do is literally drag and drop that into your editing software. So this is what the old clip sounded like.
coming out? I have one talking about...
And we're just going to mute and go to what the new
my monetization
clip sounds like.
that I've been working on. A little preemptive, I know, but you know.
That sounds 10 times better. And as promised, here's my recommendation for an AI software that can do a similar thing that is free, or free enough. And that's Auphonic, or however you say it. This site is basically a similar kind of thing. So I dropped the same audio file in here. If you're looking for something that's gonna help with clipping, I think the adaptive high pass filtering on the filtering method is the one that you're looking for. So make sure you do that. -14 is for YouTube, and then a -1 dB for the maximum peak is gonna help bring those things down just a little bit more. So those are the settings that I would use if you're gonna try to use this to get rid of clipping. And then once it's all processed, you download the file and drop it in. And why I said it's mostly free is they give everyone 2 hours of free processing a month. And if it is free, they do put a jingle at the very beginning before it starts, but that's easy enough to edit out. So, and here's what part of it sounds like.
Projects and this and school projects and whatnot. So that's probably mostly family. So I did have a slight leg up to start.
And there you have it. That's the best way to restore clipped audio in 2025. If this helped you, hit the like button. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.